Very good afternoon and welcome to GQ Live. I am Molife Kumona, the online editor for GQ South Africa. Thank you so much for joining us for yet another live, our first live for this week. And we have Grammy nominated artist, Afrobeats and Dancehall King, Afrobeats and Dancehall King, Stonebwoy, who's going to be joining us today as we have another exciting GQ live chat. Thank you so much for joining us. Everyone who's just joined us, we're just waiting for Stonebwoy to join and we can start our conversation. Remember, please send through your questions as we chat to Stonebwoy. I've got my questions here. I always make sure I put my questions on a piece of paper. Sheila Fari Piara, how are you doing? So we're just waiting on Stonebwoy to join us. Thank you guys for joining. Please let me know if you can see me properly, if you can hear me properly, if the network is looking good, so that we give you the best live we can in terms of network. Also send through your questions. So we're just waiting on Stonebwoy to join us now. Kwame is joining us. Tabiso, thank you. Jay Miles, thank you for joining us. Everyone who's just joining us, thank you so much. Dat Roseboy, thank you for joining us. I am Gugumpongose, thank you for joining us. Just please keep your questions. Pamela from Ghana, yes, from Ghana to the world, thank you for joining us. We're just now waiting on Stonebwoy to join our chat. Then we can just get going. How have you guys been doing? What have you been up to? How have you been spending time during your lockdown? Yes, indeed, Champion Boy, Stonebwoy is the godfather. He is the king of Afrobeats dancehall. He just released his new album recently. It's called Analog Junction. So we're going to just talk about that as well as his music career. So please, just send through your questions. We're just waiting on Stonebwoy to join us. As soon as he joins us, we will start our conversation. Festus Smaken, thank you for joining us. Nicholas Teboho, thank you so much for joining us, guys. We're just waiting on Stonebwoy to join us. So someone was asking me recently, what is it like doing these lives? And I said it's quite interesting and exciting, but sometimes it's Unlogger. Yes, thank you, Pamela. Unlogger Junction. Thank you for that. Unlogger Junction. So they were asking what is it like doing these lives? It's quite interesting because we're obviously doing this for you as well as for us as a brand to get to know some of these personalities better. But what's interesting is sometimes when you get some interesting comments in the lives. I remember one time I was wearing a t-shirt, so t-shirt was slightly creased, and someone in the comments was like, "You could have at least ironed the t-shirt." I was like, damn. I was rushing for the live and I thought we were at home so we can be chilled. So yeah, those are some of the funny things that you get to see when you're doing a live. Sammy is asking us, Stonebwoy, what's the deal between him and Tommy Hilfiger? We'll do. Let me actually write that down. We're still really just waiting for him to join us. We're waiting for Stonebwoy to join us. Tommy Hilfiger. Thank you guys for joining us. We're waiting for Stonebwoy to join us. Let me just text his contact and find out. Oh yeah, they did say that they're chasing on Stonebwoy. So we're just waiting on that. Thank you guys for joining us. What have you guys been doing? What have you been up to? What would you like to know as we wait for Stonebwoy? What would you like to know about GQ South Africa? Perhaps I can answer a few questions. I'm the online editor for GQ South Africa. My name is Molife Kumona. While we wait for Stonebwoy, you guys can ask any questions. If you have any, please be patient with us as we try to just connect with him. Sometimes this happens to me as well, where network is an issue. I have to reboot the Wi-Fi, so perhaps that's what's going on his side. But they did say that his contact did say they're just chasing up on him. So in the meantime, you can ask any questions you have about GQ South Africa, and tell us what you have been doing during this lockdown. How does one become one of your presenters? Um, Presenters, you mean like to host these lives? That's mama dot banana underscore. Well, most of the people who present or who are hosting these lives are pretty much people who work for GQ. Um, that's pretty much how it is. So that's how we are hosting these lives. Pamela um, Botang is asking, is that how I pronounce it? Botang is asking, please, when are you featuring me on GQ South Africa? Pamela, send us a DM, shoot your shot and let's see what we can do. Just shoot your shot and let's see what we can do. I saw another question. Here. Let's see. Oh yeah. Dat Rose Boys, you asked Stonebwoy if he's planning on an African tour soon. Yeah, we'll definitely ask him about that. We're just waiting on him to connect with us. We're waiting on Stonebwoy to connect with us. Yeah, so here's, as I was talking about how lives work, here's another thing where you are waiting for each other to connect. That's another thing because it's live. You can't script it. So at times network goes down, you can't hear each other. It does go like that. But we are waiting on Stonebwoy and I can see that the numbers are growing. So that's a great thing. We need him to come through. Yes, Pamela, shoot your shot. Let's see what we can do. Tiamo Africa, God DJ. Says, how do you get to be part of GQ? As in, what do I do? Send a video or okay, Mama Dog Banana. Well, being part of GQ pretty much has to do with if you're a content producer or something like that. However, as you know, right now it's COVID times. We are all just working and trying to find out how the world pans out after this. I'm sure all of you can agree that the world is not going to be the same after this. So right now we're just doing our best, step by step, finding out how things are going to pan out for the whole world, pretty much. Because as we all know that all of us are indeed affected by this. Let me check my phone again to see if we are having any luck finding Stonebwoy. Oh yes, there he is. Stonebwoy just joined. Yes, here he is. He just requested. So get your questions ready and let's have a great session. Yeah, we're just waiting for us to connect. Then we can get this show on the road. Hey,
What's up, y'all?
how are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm super out. Sorry for
Where
keeping y'all for the past 10 minutes, man.
I was just like, where were you? Were you
I'm
busy?
here, man. I couldn't go nowhere. I'm here, right here,
Is
right
it?
here, right here, right
Cool, cool,
here.
cool. How are you doing though?
I'm fine, man. How's everything going on? I
Pretty
want to
good,
get the
pretty good.
lightning correct. I want to sit up in a good light.
All
Hmm.
right, cool, cool. That's good. Pretty cool. We're glad to have you. We're glad to
That's
have you
cool,
here.
right?
Yeah, we've been waiting for you, so we're super excited. I even got some questions in the meantime, and I wrote some of them down.
All right,
While we
good,
were here.
good, good, good. Let's get going. Thank you guys for having me, man. South Africa, trust me, it's been a long time. And
Uh,
I can't wait to come back to SA. I swear down. SA is beautiful.
that's really true. And thank you for
For real,
making
man.
the time. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, man. We've been, the whole of Ghana and myself, we've been waiting to come on here, vibe. Because,
Mm,
the whole of Africa is like connected, but we hardly find time to hear each other's stories, you
that's
know,
true.
listen to each other's point of views when it comes to
Mm,
the creative and all these things. So it's making it look like there's a disconnect, but there is no disconnect. We're all one people.
that's true. And then, yeah, now we're able to converse in this way. So let's talk about the
Absolutely.
lockdown. The lockdown. What
Whoa.
day are you on? We are in South Africa on day 33, I think. 33 or 34. 33. What day are you guys on in terms of the lockdown?
If I tell you I can hit the day instantly, I might lie. But I
Uh,
think we're more than we should be in the fifth week.
uh,
We should be in the fourth to the fifth week because I remember 2 weeks gone. But literally
mm,
the whole world is on lockdown
on
somehow,
standstill, yeah.
temporarily, right? because
Yeah.
Ghana, as I speak right now, is not a total lockdown. It's a temporary lockdown. You know, it's a temporary one where I think it's last week as well. The president called it, lifted the temporary
Okay.
lockdown. And was it Sunday he came to speak again, and we all thinking he was going to ask everybody to go back in strictly, but there are so many things that are not still open yet, you know. But then we just made it compulsory for everybody to put on their nose masks when they go out,
Yeah.
you know, which is which is the way to go. But interestingly, I found out that I was watching a meme today, and I found out that most of the nose masks that we're using around are like perforated, somewhat like as if they had holes in them. It's not supposed to go when you breathe. It's not supposed to go through it.
It's supposed to stay in, yeah.
But 80% of
You know what I mean?
the fashion ones, everybody's just sure, like, whoa.
Yeah. Bless you. So
Just because I'm not close to you is bless you, right? If I
yes,
was,
if you're here, I'm like, dude, like, come on. So what have you been doing during lockdown? How have you been spending your time?
thank you very much. I think somewhere in February 21st February, I've had all my American tour lined up straight into the into UK tour, then into European tour. So I was out of the country. I went to do my first show in Miami, Miramar, alongside some of the reggae greats and some of Spanish. You know, one big show. Big show was like a big outdoor event for the city of Miramar in Miami and Fort Lauderdale. Then I finished that, went to Jamaica, did a couple of things. But why I'm going back to say all these things is that at the time when all this was happening, the coronavirus vibe was heightening, was increasing one step at the other, taking. And then with that in my mind, I was just praying and hoping to be able to accomplish the things that I'm set to do real quick before time. So I managed to go Jamaica, shot a video, because I've had my album's plan was like a huge rollout that we're still running. So we're able to do a few. And by the time I got back into America again, then the whole thing was like, whoa. So I called off the show in New York. I called off the rest as well. But I went through Atlanta to just say, you know, bless up, and to just, this is the reason why we have to call off the rest. And I did a little thing for them. And bang, I jumped up on the next flight to Ghana. I have to change everything, and that is what saved me. So I got into Ghana, went into self-isolation straight away for 2 weeks and 4 days. And straight after 2 weeks and 4 days, by the time I came back to my house to live whilst I've self-quarantined, I realized that I was okay. And then immediately, the president also announced the 2-week lockdown. Then it entered the 2 week to the 3rd week, and now we're in the 4th or the 5th week. So that's how it has been for me with the lockdown personally. So it's just been like a journey for me. But luckily, I've been able to, shout out to my team, you know, my management proper in the UK side, who have held it all down. The whole plan has been like stuck. And we've been able to maximize the use of Wi-Fi and the internet to be able to send across the works and continue to do the online portion of the works properly, because nobody is outside right now. So you cannot be flying billboards. You cannot be flying certain things that has to go. You cannot probably go direct to do interviews and all of these, and even shows and all. So this is what I've been experiencing the whole time. But because we focused all the power and the energies onto the online strategy and the marketing, the album is just doing amazingly well. And we're grateful. Great piece of works, man. Master works on there. And this is my best body of work yet. And I'm happy, and I'm going to push this for at least 3 years non-stop, man. Because we need to let the music sink down. We need to let it sink down. You know what I mean?
Most definitely. So before I got on this call, on the live, I was listening to African Party. I think for me that's my favorite jam. And I was
That's the
thinking,
job.
after lockdown, people should just have that song and just party. So tell me about the album. Like what was your inspiration behind the album? And you say this is your best body of work so far. Why is that?
Okay. The inspiration behind the album, like I said, is why the title of the album is called Angloga Junction. I know a lot of you will say Anloga, yeah, but it's cool. When I was creating the masterpieces, right, I had in mind, or my inspiration and my drive was to represent for the new sound from the African soil, and that of the sound that is being accepted in the Western place, you know, where I have had a few influences after touring and running over this period of time. So it's just putting together both experiences and both lessons and the stories, you know, and the growth, having experienced both worlds, and put them together on an album, whilst still representing for the continent, representing for Ghana as well. So that is the brain, the master brain behind the album. That's why we were able to arrive at that, and therefore the title Angloga Junction. So Angloga is an African word, is a Ghanaian word. It signifies the roots and the experience and exposure from Africa. And then Junction is an English word, which signifies for the Western culture, which signifies for the West, which signifies for the rest of the world. So I put Angloga Junction. This is where we are as a combination of. So it's beautiful to have it that way. You know, that's how I and then why it is my best body of work yet is because they say you are as good as your last job, right? So
that's true. That's very true.
So this is literally my last body of work as an album, and it's amazing. The reviews was released on Friday, and today is Tuesday. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. 4 days in, an audio mark were past 6 million plus streams. 4 days in. So you can understand that I believe we have been able to satisfy the masses who really, you know, because a friend of mine messaged me and said, yes, somebody I really respect. She's a woman, like an online radio, like on-air radio, OAP, and a media mogul. She's like, yo, you've heard the masses, you've satisfied the masses, you know. And how I was able to identify what the masses needed was what was going on around Africa and the world on the new school basis, looking at it from all across of Africa with other big African artists making waves, and the kind of sounds that the world is turning to now, which of course I'm a part of the new school still. So I just had to fine tune it more and place it there for them. And so that's it. That's how we are here today with the album and the progress therefore.
And in terms of so you've got a lot of features on the album. You've got quite a lot of features.
Yeah, 8 features.
8 features on the album. You've got Nominate with Kerry Hilson. You've got Bow Down with Nasty C. You've got Black Madonna with Diamond Platinums. In terms of choosing the people you featured with, how did you decide on that?
Thank you. These people actually had to, you know, after the record, you realize that, okay, this will fit this person, because we, like I told you, it's an all-rounded agenda where we're paying attention to what is going on the African soil and in the world by Africans, you know. So we realized that, okay, Diamond Platinum will fit on such a song. And trust me, we recorded the whole song in Ghana when he visited one time. We went to the studio, Street Beats, played the rhythm, one of my biggest producer in Ghana to the world. So it was recorded right there and then. The song was made with him. So you can find the connection. Was a coco, you for no say you my Black Madonna, you know. And we had to make you see, the titles actually mean a lot to me as well, because with this music, we're leaving behind story pieces for the next generation. So we have to make sure that we have an iota at least of the roots of a trademark, of a mark left in the song. So when you hear Black Madonna, in these times, you can check that. You can check who Black Madonna is. You know, you can check all these things, and you realize that we are having fun, but we are telling our African stories in a way it's supposed to be told by what we've been told and what we're learning and finding out. You know, so that's how come Black Madonna came across. And East Africa, man, you know, Diamond Platinums, myself, Stonebwoy from the West, West and East coming together. It shows unity, it shows strength, and the combination is great. So Black Madonna was made. Yeah.
So in terms of you're a Grammy nominated artist. You have won BET International Act for 2015, and you won the Nickelodeon Award for Best African Artist last year. When you win these types of awards, right, what does it do to you as an artist? Is it pressure that you need to perform more? What does it do to you as an artist getting these great accolades?
These great awards. Yeah. Our pressure can be defined, you know. When I define the pressure that this brings on me, I think that pressure to me would be defined as duty and call, you know, because these are all significant happenings to certify the fact that you have a call. You have to continue to do the work. So that is what this pressure will be defined as for me. There is pressure, but this is how I will define the pressure. The definition of the pressure is not for me to continue to like. Oh, sorry, my daughter is a bit loud.
No, but we can hear you. We can hear you.
All right. The pressure is not supposed to like make me feel like make me feel like, yeah, I have to try and get another Nickelodeon right now, because I was not trying to get a Nickelodeon when I got it. I was doing something right. I was pushing an agenda in the right perspective, reaching people, making sure they're cool. CJ, making sure they're cool, making sure I deliver, you know, to them. And then this got me all these awards. So I have to focus, continue the duty, push the works, and make it happen. Hold on, let's make it.
You wanna go check? Yeah.
No, let's go. I think she wants to come to me.
Okay.
They don't want her to come. My number. She come. Don't cry. Say hi.
Hi.
Hi to Uncle. Don't
How are
cry.
you?
See Uncle is seeing you cry. Say hi. Oh, don't cry. Don't cry. Let's go.
She's so pretty. How old is she?
She's 2.
So we've been joined by CJ. Is her name CJ?
Yeah, CJ. Catherine.
Catherine.
See, Uncle. Ooh, say hi.
Hi.
Say hi to Uncle. Hi.
Hello. Hi.
Say hi to Uncle. Hi.
Oh.
I love you. Bye-bye.
Love
I
you.
love
Bye-bye.
you. Okay, now she stopped.
It's okay. So in terms of like what you spoke about, the fact that you have all these accolades and you are the king of Afro dancehall. How do
Undoubtedly.
Yes. So how do you keep your ego in check? I always like to ask this for people who are extremely successful and great at what they do. When you get all these accolades and then your music is being streamed, great success, what do you do to make sure that the ego doesn't get to you?
Thank you very much for this question. This ego situation is bigger than most of us do think, you know. And some people have to feel egos against other people, you know. That's how they feed their egos. They have to make other people feel belittled to be able to continue to go. They have to show off themselves. Some people get into a room and everybody has to bow to them for them to feel good. Mine is not that way. I mean, my ego is not fed by that. My ego is fed by humility. My ego is fed by making everybody feel good. My ego is fed by what I can bring into the room, the smiles I can bring into the room when I get into the room. Obviously, we are all humans. We express emotions of anger and love and everything. But I think having realized and recognized the positions that we play as, or the kind of calling that we have and what roles that we represent, it gives you a lot of, it trains you. You have to train yourself to fit into the position, because if you used to speak to one person, now you're speaking to 1,000 people. The approach has to change. You know, so I think that it's all about growth. You know, it's all about growth and understanding. And a lot of us may not have realized certain things yet, you know, in dealing with a lot of people and realizing what we carry. But naturally, when you meet a star, some people just you know, from where I come from in Ghana, majority, that's what I get. A few of them will just already assume that you're rude, that you're gonna, you know, because they see this, they know you're a star. So already they may feel intimidated already. A few, some will just be super extremely happy, like yo, and they want to come and hug you because they see you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just have to find a way to deal with all of these things. And CJ,
I think they must let CJ chill next to you and enjoy the interview as
I know,
well.
right? I
Yeah.
know. She just wanted to come down, and she is now, and all these things. This girl. Anyway, that's my little love. Oh.
So
Yeah, man.
yes,
So
you were just
I keep it in check, man. You're finding out how I keep the ego rounded. So there's at least you've admitted that success brings a lot of ego and stuff, but you have to redirect these egos and put them in the right place, or else you're gonna shoot yourself in the foot. As far as I am concerned, the law doesn't change, man. The law, the universal laws, they stay the same. You have to know how to balance things. You know what I mean? So that's how I've kept my feet on the ground. You can't imagine the kind of things I go through or we go through. Trust me, a lot of things, bro. But you have to be able to handle them, not by my power, but by the power of God, because I believe in God a lot. The body you see here is just the body, but whatever is inside of me belongs to God and is powered by God. So I the fear of God, you know, helps me to do a lot of things. It helped me to go through a lot of things, you know. Yeah.
So in terms of your musical career, when did it start? Like I want to know that point when you decided to be like, okay, I can sing, I'm good at this, I'm going to make it a career. When was that?
Thank you. I was in primary school, yeah. Primary school, I was in class 4. We call it class 4, primary 5. I have a picture of it. One time when I was performing in class, there's a picture that's running about. You know, I don't know how I could show it. I was with my group. I formed a group while I was in primary 5. You know, so I was doing the singing and the rapping and all of that. So by the time I got to junior high school 3, I realized I once sat and thought about the fact that, so what if this becomes a career for me then? You know, because I love to think outside of the box. Then I realized that, okay, if it was going to be, I like what I'm doing already. I'm hugely inspired by reggae music, dancehall music, and high life music, and especially music with fact, music with matter, music with subject issues that would relate. Because of my home, I wasn't going to sing anything that my dad would not let me come home and sleep. You know, I was not going to sing anything that my mom would disapprove of. So I had to keep it conscious and stay conscious as well. So I kept it on that level, being a Christ from a Christian home and a typical Christian home. I had to check the balance, you know. So that is what I checked, and I realized that if this was going to turn into a career, this is how I was going to do it. Then it took me from that thought, that the inception of that thought, to start getting things in place, because I believe that our thoughts are forms of prayer and mode of communication to the astral energies that make things happen. So I now know that from that time, it has been a prayer that was going to be answered all up until today.
And then someone asked earlier, what's the deal between you and Tommy Hilfiger? Is it a partnership? What's the story there? I forgot the name of the person who asked.
Yeah. Tommy Hilfiger is like a big, I don't know if I should say it's like an uncle. It's like, I think he could be a father. He could qualify to be my father. I went on a trip one time and we met to get on a flight and we spoke, and that was it. Him and I have been friends, literally. And we met organically, no homo. Him and I have been friends, whatever you guys hear, no homo. So he supports me anytime I'm in the States. Like, he sends me clothes, like, we're good. That's how we roll. He supports me with his brand and stuff. But we've been talking about working things, you know, even more formally. But they say an agreement is an agreement, and verbal agreements are probably more, you know, they are like more organic than. So him and I, that's how we roll. He styled a couple of my videos. Anytime I'm in the States and around the world, I mean, I get styled when I have to, when I want to. Although I have my own cloth brand, which is Beam, you know, and we're working on a merger You know what I mean? So there's so many things in the pipeline for me and Tommy Hilfiger. But yo, so far so good. That's like a big, it's like an uncle to me. I call him Uncle T. You know, so that's how organic me and Uncle goes. Yeah.
And in terms of your career, you've been consistent as you started, and you continue to be consistent. Where does that drive come from? Where does the drive to stay consistent, stay pushing, and stay being better?
Thank you. I realize the drive comes from within, you know, and from within lies a lot of power and energy in our minds, in our hearts, in our souls, you know. The body can only do enough, but when the power from within is heavy, whatever the body does, it manifests into a lot of greatness. You know what I mean? So I leave it all to God, you know, pray a lot. I'm determined, I'm focused. I try to get the best out of me every time. I try to, you know, get the best situation, get the best out of any kind of situation that there be, you know, and all these things. And I think God has been a blessing. And he's used the masses, the fan base, to still continue to lift all of us up. Because my rise is connected to the rise of many. Therefore,
Yeah.
it's meaningful, you know. So it's just, you know, I mean, I talk about God a lot when I'm talking these things, but I don't want to sound like a preacher, which is not even wrong anyway, you know. So it's just that we have to understand that there's a superior being, there are superior beings beyond our being. So when we're attributing all these things to the carnal being, it's just shallow. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. So we give thanks for the success of the fans, myself, everybody that's making things work together. I always keep it focused and keep consistent because they say there's time for everything, right?
Yeah.
As the Bible says, like there's time to sow, time to reap, time to cry, time to die, time to laugh. This is time to sow, to reap. This is time to continue to climb. So we are putting in all the efforts to reach. And when we get there, you know what I mean?
They're gonna rip.
We'll go, yes,
Yeah.
I.
So when you look at African music right now, or like for the past African music and the creative industry for the past, say, 5 years,
Yeah.
how do you feel about African music? Where do you think we're going? Where do you think we're at? African music and
African,
creativity for the past, say,
yes.
5 years.
5 years. For the past 5 years would be 2015. I've been actively involved when I won BETs that year, you know, so I think that I can speak from my perspective and speak from the experiences and speak from the and share my view on what I've seen. African music has grown tremendously far. And how far it has come in these times, right, is also based off on the foundation that the predecessors have set already, you
Yeah.
know, from all the South African legends, from all the West African legends, East African, North African, Central African legends, because they have been setting the trend.
Yeah.
Assuming if there was internet at the time, assuming if there was Facebook at the time, it would have been more dominant or predominant,
Yeah.
they say, you know. So I believe that we will never take credit, you know, for how far music has come. African music has influenced the world for the past 5 years. I cannot take or give the credit to just the creed of artists that are continuing the work right now. But I think it should spread across and touch the predecessors, you
Yeah.
know, also because they have been setting the tone and the foundation for us. But in this sense, it's beautiful because we have all the tools that matter. We have the internet. Right now, there's lockdown, but we're still communicating. You know, they were literally living in a lockdown situation with the
Yeah.
music.
True, actually. That's very true.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So I mean, we can only do more. We can only do more with all these accessories that we have and the assets that we have now. And African music is beautiful. It has shown the world now with what we are also continuing to do and giving it has given us some pride as youngins, as young ones coming. You can hear names like myself and big other African artists, and how beautiful it is that the diaspora is still connecting. Black, white, purple, and blue are connecting to the vibe. So it's a nice time to be an African right now in these times, you know.
Yeah. That's very true. So as an artist, right, you mentioned that you go through a lot of things, and as a man, how do you keep yourself in check when there are so many particularly when you're popular, female fans throwing themselves to you, DMs, all that. How do you stay faithful, on track? What do you do for someone who's watching this, who's like, you know what, how do I do it? They are just getting 10,000 likes and you get a
Thank
whole
you.
lot. How do you do it?
I
Particularly
mean,
on a world scale.
thank you very much. The likes will never stop coming. I wouldn't be the one to get the most likes. People get more likes than I do. People get more likes than they do. So I think you understand. I get it. It's just on the levels. First and foremost, it's not easy because in everything I do as a person, I put myself, I check myself. You have to self-check. Many of us would want to push blames immediately. Did you do that? How did this happen? They say, no, it's not my fault. They immediately step out of the thing. But what I've done over the years is take it easy, identify my part of it, and then now get the real answer. Why I'm saying this is that I know that I do music and I put up a lot of great stuff. This should be funny. I'm good looking. I'm a man, so that's the part I play in attracting a lot of women.
Yeah.
You see, so when they keep coming into your DMs and keep calling you up and keep trying to get close to you, some is for genuine reasons. They just want to be with you as a friend. They just want to have you to talk to every time. But it's unfortunate that I have, or artists or musicians have so much going on. So much going on because everybody wants to grab, you know, everybody's looking at you on tops. Everybody wants to hold your feet and something. So it's not really possible to be able to do all of that or to answer to everybody. And we're all humans as well. Sometimes you get some sexy ones. You get some invitation to treat. You get a lot of things as well. So you just have to balance it well so that it doesn't cause problems for your situation. If you're single, fine. If you're married, you should know how to check it. If you're dating somebody, you should know how to check it, because even these girls who are coming up at you, if they were in the shoes of that one that you were with, they would still feel the way she would feel, or the man will feel, because I'm talking on behalf of, even if you're a female artist. So we shouldn't just stand selfish about these things and see how we can spread it across to find the best fit. But Jano, I love all of my fans, all of my female fans. I get time to sometimes speak to some of them. I'm not gonna lie, some of them are so beautiful, they're nice people, but it doesn't transcend into ill-mindedness, you know. We have to keep it balanced. We have to keep it, you know, we have to keep it in check. Eventually, if nobody gets hurt, then we're all good, you know. Yeah, man.
No, I get you. And in terms of your creative process, I know you're hands-on when it comes to your creative process,
Yeah.
for your videos and your recordings. What's your creative process, particular with your videos?
The creative process, particularly on my videos, first and foremost, whoever works on my videos, I try to explain the song to them so they can feel it, because I'm somebody who writes with imaginary, with images on my mind. You know, I get the film and I write. I write like that. So I have to explain it to the videographer and make, you know, this is what the song is saying. How can we create the visuals? Because I saw that image or that short film on my mind has been written, has been composed and turned into melodies. Now you have to turn it into visuals. You know, so you have to combine what I said and what you have on your mind to express the visuals out of it properly. That's how we go through the creative process. And I know one thing about creativity is that you can never have it 100%. But the more you don't get it 100%, the more it is appreciated. You know, that's the beautiful thing about creativity. It's just like art. There are several types of art that different people love and buy at expensive prices. Somebody will buy a drawing, a lines drawn for 20,000 US dollar at an exhibition, and somebody will be like, are you serious? Did you just buy these lines and stuff for that? Because they don't regard that as an artist. You know, they don't appreciate, it doesn't appeal to them. It's not like they don't appreciate it. It doesn't, because if they didn't appreciate art, they wouldn't even have other, you know. So it's just the various ways that people appreciate different things. And that's how creativity is. That's how music is. So somebody can watch the video and say, whoa. Somebody will see that same video and say, So there's always more room for improvement, regardless, you know, when it comes to these videos and stuff. But I think we try the best to get it to the level where it can interpret or express what the music is saying visually, you know.
So if you could choose 5 dream collabos, like 5 dream collaborations, you've collaborated with some of the greats already. If you could
For
choose
real.
5 dream collaborations, which ones would those be and why?
5. I'll put
Mm,
Rihanna on the list first and
mm,
foremost.
mm,
Um, yeah, that's one big one. Um, um, I think I'll find me a typical, like maybe Billie Eilish,
oh, mm,
to get into that
mm,
space. Um,
mm.
who else? I mean, who else? Like on the hip hop side, I think I'll do Tory Lanez. I like Tory Lanez a lot.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
We can, when Tori and I get into the studio, we can fix something dangerous, you know, like,
Mm, mm,
you know, and 2 more, right?
mm.
Wow, that's like all I'm mentioning is in the West, but in Africa, everybody, man, because these are
Mm.
my brothers,
Yeah.
these are my brothers and sisters. You know what I mean? 2 more. By the end of the convo, I'll mention the 2. Let me just think critically. Let's go.
That, that's okay. And in terms of your clothing label,
Hmm.
tell me about it. Tell me about it. When
Thank
did
you
it
very much.
start? Yeah.
Thank you very much. It's called BIM, BHIM. BIM is
Mm-hmm.
a word, it's my catchphrase, it's my identity, it's my
Mm-hmm.
slogan. It means
Mm-hmm.
blessed His Imperial Majesty, like give thanks to God. His
Ah.
Imperial Majesty is the King of Kings, Lord of
Uh-huh.
Lords, conquering land of the tribe
Uh-huh.
of Judah,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
you know, elect
Uh-huh.
of God, the creator of the universe, you know. He
Uh-huh.
who liveth and reigneth in all mankind and flesh. We
Yeah.
can go on
Uh-huh.
and on and on.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Ultimately, which is God, our creator. So blessed His Imperial Majesty when you hear beep, 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 you know, say, yeah, man. It's an awakening sound that sparks up that God factor to take over our souls and push and work. That's why, you know, that's my inspiration. That's my mantra. That's my
Yes.
PowerPoint. That's my source.
Mm-hmm.
So with people affiliating to that and relating to it, we have now gotten to a point where I've always had merchandise with me alongside.
Uh-huh.
I've always, from when I started as an underground, people would tell you that I used to juggle my T-shirts, you know, so I can make
Uh-huh.
some money to put back into the videos, into the songs, you know,
Uh-huh.
all from 2008. I've been juggling. That's like 12 years now. I've been juggling my T-shirts and stuff. So with opportunity giving, you know, it takes a lot of money to put together things like this. So finally I have a store in my home
Mm-hmm.
city, like in the city that I grew up in, Ashaiman, which I
Yeah.
represent. I have a store down there, and people can visit and grab a thing or two. We're getting in. It was just is it this year? Yeah, we opened the store this year, early this year, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot, and it's been doing amazingly well, and there's a lot more
Mm-hmm.
to be done. You're gonna get, you know, it's just accessories. You have things to wear. You can pick slippers, socks. You
Mm-hmm.
can pick tracksuits, t-shirts,
Mm-hmm.
hoodies. You know, just these fine things that people can have. But these things go a long way. I mean, the proceeds I get from there, I
Mm-hmm.
used to keep an annual show for my community, which is called Ashaiman
Yeah.
to the World. It's been running for
Uh-huh.
6 years now. This is going to be the 7th year,
Uh-huh.
and
Uh-huh.
we take proceeds to do that. And
Mm-hmm.
proceeds from there as well in this Corona time, we've been able to supply. Like I just get some back to give
Mm-hmm.
back. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's not like big up. I don't have it all, but
Mm-hmm.
I still continue to do the best of me, you know, to continue to
Mm-hmm.
share, to continue to, you know, that's why the store and that's why the cloth brand name Beam. And when you
Yeah.
grab one, you know that you have Stonebwoy, you know, because not everybody
Mm-hmm.
can stay with me, live with me, but that
Mm-hmm.
as a souvenir is like a piece of
Mm-hmm.
me with the people. So that's
Yeah.
why I opened up that store, you know, for us.
No, I get you. So in terms of, we're gonna talk a bit about top 3 things that you like. So, top 3
I mean,
clothing
somebody
items?
saying, big up young barista, you can pick exercise books and air fresheners. I have exercise book, I have air fresheners, I have
Oh,
calendars. You know what I mean? I have jugs, I have mugs. Yo.
does it have an Instagram page, a
Yes,
website?
it does. It's called
Uh-huh.
Buybeam and it has a website, www.buybeam.com. Buybhim,
Uh-huh.
buybeam.com, or on Instagram, buybhim. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Cool.
You can
Perfect.
order as well to South Africa. We're gonna send shipments. Shipments are
Ah.
running through the whole
Oh,
world
that's
right
good.
now.
Oh, that's good. So I was asking you about three things. So three of your favorite clothing items that if you had been told like for the next 6 months, these are the three things you will wear. What three things
Yeah.
would you choose?
First and foremost, give me some sneakers. I'm a sneakerhead. All right then.
Uh-huh.
I'm a sneakerhead, and give me some jeans,
Uh-huh.
and some shirts. I'm good. Done.
Is it? Do you have a particular sneaker brand you like more than others, or you just like are you chilled with?
Now I'm just gonna be promoting some other brand right now. Anyways, I love me high tops. That's it. Like
Uh,
it has to be high top, So literally anything high top that looks good, I'm going for it. Shout out to
what do you
all the name brands in the world. I'm not
ah
gonna be specific.
that's okay. And what do you collect? What do you collect the most?
I seen collect. What
Yeah.
specific? Could you give me a range of things?
So some people are wine collectors. Some people collect, say, coats, jackets. Some people collect fragrances. What are you one of those people?
I think I'll do fragrances. But you see, let me
Mhm.
tell you one thing. As a ghetto boy, man, collecting is for the rich, it's for the posh, it's for those who grew up. We don't
Uh,
know collecting. Ask Nasty
mhm.
C and ask that's other guy's my guy. The other rapper, the other one, the other is Nasty or is one other guy. I
Empty.
mean MT. We're ghetto
Yes,
boys,
yes.
man. We don't know what collecting means, man. We
Uh,
just live
I
life,
get you. I
right?
get you. I get you. Yeah, I
Because
get you. I
yeah,
get you.
there's the posh ones. I collect this, I collect that. But I think I collect perfume. I like perfume, anyways. And shoes.
So
I mean, right now.
what are your favorite perfume brands, or like three of your favorites?
Okay, when I mention them, they have to come give me delivery. So you have to tell the store and essay to give me deliveries right now because I'm on GQ and I'm sending them shout outs. My favorite
Uh,
right now that I'm on is a Louis Vuitton brand.
uh-huh.
Yeah, it's dope. It's one Louis Vuitton and a Chanel brand right now that I'm on.
Uh,
I'm not gonna be
cool.
specific, but I'm just mentioning so that
It's
people
okay.
don't people don't find my secrets. You feel me?
I
And
get you.
I love to blend them together as well. So when you smell me, what's that? I mean I need to put
I
my
get you.
my mixture out there.
Uh, and what are the top three songs you're listening to right now? Outside of your own songs, what are the top three songs you're listening to?
Hey, and mind you, when it comes to clothes, so I love to collect me some Tommy Hilfiger. Fuck.
Ah,
I don't do no my yo for my boxers. If it's
uh-huh.
not, it's Tommy or nothing else.
Uh,
Any day,
cool.
anytime. My boxers or my tank tops or my singlets. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
My socks as well. These are like primary things that you find on me every time. And then let's get
Mm.
on to the next question. Sorry, I had to
No, that's all
interrupt.
right. No, it's okay. And I was just asking, what are the top three songs you're listening to right now?
Right now, I'm listening to Strength and Hope. Strength and Hope, you'll be my strength and hope. In times
Mm-hmm.
like this, I cannot go. Jaja, give me strength and hope, which is off
Uh-huh.
my album. And
Uh-huh.
look, I've never listened to my own album this much. I think I did the
Ah.
same to the last one, but because this is now, and another is Journey. Man, tired no
Mm.
be say I be lazy in the day, I be security for night, I be lazy. Man tired see the body no the power see me waiting I go do
Uh-huh.
for a
Uh-huh.
better day. Journey as well. And then the
Mm-hmm.
last one now is if you are gonna nominate my number one
Ah, that's
candidate.
ah.
Stonebwoy featuring Terry Hilson. Beautiful. These are the three songs
No, no, no.
but literally the whole album.
That's a
I'm sorry,
dope
I'm
one.
being biased right now. It's me. I listen to me right now. It's me. It's me. I listen to Stonebwoy. It's not me. I listen to Stonebwoy. Yeah, I listen to
So, do you have any like a philosophy you live by?
My philosophy is clean heart. Clean heart, clean mind, clean spirit. Keep moving, don't stop. Don't be discouraged. Energy, don't be discouraged. Move, believe in God. That's it. Make sure you don't hurt nobody, and make sure he hurts you either. Done.
I like that. I like that. So before we go, I'm just going to look through some of our comments because as we're talking, there were
Yes,
people who were
please.
sending through comments. Some were sending
And
questions. Most of it
questions. Yes,
is
yes,
just
yes,
love.
yes.
Most of it is just love. People sending
Straight
through
love, man.
some love to you.
Straight love.
Have you thought about the other two? The other two collaborations?
Okay, I'll be thinking about it. I think I'll get a message on the side. Let's see. See, let me ask CJ who she thinks.
Let's see. I think most of the
Hey, big
comments are
ups
just
and
really
big
that
ups,
they
and I
love you.
think Two Face. I haven't finished it yet, but Two Face from Nigeria is one of my legends, man. Big respect to Two Face. So I'm
Cool,
left
cool.
with one more.
And maybe a last word from you. I can't see any questions. Everyone just loves you.
I
Literally.
mean, I've
Like
done number
we
of
love
songs with
Stonebwoy.
Burna Boy. I've done number of songs with Burna Boy. So anybody asking about Burna, I think we slept on those songs. This is the time we have to revive those songs. I have No Sir remix with Burna Boy. I have a remix with Donna Gog did a remix with me, Burna Boy, and Davido. That song Shouldn't Be Slept On, produced by Master Gazi. It's a big tune. I did a song with AK and Burna Boy from my album. I did another song. It's called Shaking Ahead with Burna Boy. So you guys know it's like 4 or 5 tunes. We have to revive those tunes. We don't have to sleep on those tunes, man. You know. And Damian Marley as well. I'm working in the pipelines with him. So done. 5. Yeah, man.
Cool. Sorry, I was just looking through questions yesterday to make sure that we got everyone's questions before we leave this live.
Somebody
So what?
says, ask Stonebwoy when will he work on a reggae album. I worked on a reggae album. My last EOM album had a full reggae 12 track on it and the other on the side. So you can grab episodes of Mama on iTunes, on every online platform. Yes, you can grab it. Sorry to interrupt. Yeah.
No, that's fine. Yes, Dat Rossboy is asking, please ask Tony when he has any plans of doing an African tour.
2020 was when we know we're gonna come by fire by force. So let's pray Corona runs away. I've touched base on a couple African countries: Sierra Leone, Liberia, Angola, South Africa. Yes, but I'm yet to run through Kenya as well. But 2020 was going to be the agenda because the album was well tailored for the agenda for the African tour, and it must happen. Once GQ is there and Stonebwoy is here, I know we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna make it happen. Bad man.
Boy Hustle is asking. Boy Hustle is asking, when are you doing some music with Tiwa Savage?
Big ups to Tiwa Savage. I mean, I've sent a couple songs. Tiwa and I have crossed paths, and I think if it was done, she would have been on an album. But you know how it goes, and I'm gonna be real and blatant over here right now. I think it's more. That's how it goes in this industry. Everybody has their plans, and sometimes the fans want something to happen, but what they don't understand is their plans. You know, some artists have their own plans and all of that. So it's only in course of real time, it's gonna happen.
I love
Somebody
this
says
question.
popcorn collaboration. Yeah, yo, Poppy is like a brother to me as well. And why I didn't mention him is because people that I have relationship with and we're trying to work on something already. I mean, I can't mention again that is a thing I want to do because it's happening. It's in the pipeline. That's why I didn't mention. Yeah.
I am Cassius is asking, most of your songs are therapeutic. Why is that?
Thank you. I think most of them are therapeutic because they address different things at different times. So if you're looking for love, you can find a song that would make you feel in that space. If you fighting an issue, a song will make you feel in that space. If you want to feel happy, there's a song. So it's then an all-round 360 therapy. Yeah. Hey, and big ups Buju Bantang as well. Buju
Oh
Banton is one
yeah.
person I want to work with as well. We have been vibing, we vibe. But like I say, it's all in cause of time. Right time, right
Mm.
time. You know, nothing
And
happens before the time.
people keep asking, a Wizkid collaboration, is that coming? Literally, like,
Yeah, I think it's long overdue. You know, it's long overdue. And David and I had done a song before, and we lost the files, so we're planning on doing a next
um,
one. And Wiz and I definitely, we've spoken, we've touched base a few times, and if the time permits, I'm one person who doesn't rush collaborations. You know what I mean? I don't
uh-huh.
rush to wanna. Honestly speaking, I don't do that. I don't chase after people, man. I chase after
Mm,
purpose. You know what I mean?
mm,
So when the purpose comes together, it brings people together. You feel me?
that's true.
Yeah, man.
Hmm.
Because
Hmm.
when you
Hmm.
chase after people, they might not be the right ones for the purpose. So I don't rush things. Yeah, man.
Mm. And someone was asking, when are you coming back to Toronto?
Hi, was supposed
COVID
to be
times.
April 17th,
COVID, yeah.
but it was cancelled as well. You know what I mean?
It's,
So we pray the world gets
oh,
healed up real quick, and then we get back on the road. At least the
I've,
plane engines would be resting for now, so that by the
that's
time we
true.
get back on road, it will be well serviced and fixed.
So, as we're about to end, because Instagram will cut us out, what would you say would be your last word to the people who came through to watch, your followers, and GQ followers as well who've been watching this
All
live?
right, big respect. Thank you so much. I wish we could have gone on and on and on and on. But yes, God bless you, South Africa, for the support. Everybody who featured on the album, every fan, hardcore fan of every artist who featured on the album, thank you for supporting this as well. And in case you just tune in and you don't know, I go by the name Stonebwoy. Big respect to my family, my brother, my sisters, my old man, my in-laws, my wife, my kids, my family, Beam Nation family, Boy family, Beam family, Burnitan family, and the God family, the producers on the album, the media team, the whole of Ghana, the management teams, you know, and the graphic team, Fawaz, yo, KV, yo, the whole, all of you guys, man, I love you so much. I can't wait to touch base, to hit the ground. And if there's anything that I've not said, forgive me. I'm here. I can't remember everything. I love you guys so much. Big ups to the Beam Nation fan base once more. Thank you guys for making this a success. Let's go. Let's
Mm,
get them.
mm,
Let's go
mm,
subscribe on YouTube at Stonebwoy.
mm,
GQ family, South Africa, listen at Stonebwoy, Stonebwoy, on Insta, on YouTube. Please
mm-hmm.
subscribe. I want to speak something in South Africa to greet my South African people before I go. Teach me a thing or two.
Um, well, Sawbona. There's Sawbona and there's Unjani.
Yes, I hear Sawbona and Kunjan in on the flight when I'm landing. Sawbona, you come to South Africa. That one is plain language. I wonder why they get to.
Um, yeah, you can say Jumela.
How about Siyabonga?
Siyabonga is thank you.
Thank you, Siyabonga,
Uh,
Siyabonga to everybody. And I love
so,
you. How do
so,
you say I love you?
oh wow. I'm Shona, so I'm still trying to think.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
want to speak
Ngiyakuthanda.
yours. Anyway,
Oh.
how do I say that?
Um, Ndokuda.
That's cool. In Dokuda, I love everybody. And if
Yes.
you're not Sona, make sure you are Sona so you can understand that I say I love you.
So
But I'm good.
listen, more questions. Someone just asked when oh yes, are we going to see more videos from the album? Which is the next video on the album?
Thank you. So far, we've worked on a number of videos. I think this album would be the one that I'll do the most videos for because we've already done 5 already. And we have,
Mm.
now that the album is out, we have to do more. And so the next video, I can't let you guys know right now, but it's going to blow your minds. It's a big one. Stay tuned. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Stay tuned. Big up yourself, Barrister. Big up yourself, Beam Press. You know what I mean?
We've
Street
got
Blogger.
40 seconds remaining. 40
Let it go.
seconds.
Let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
All right. But Stonebwoy, thank you
No,
for joining us.
let's use the 40 seconds. Okay, let me send some shouts. Whoever I see, I'm gonna give shout. Big ups Chucky, big ups Kumsin, big ups Sterling, big ups Payment Brown, big ups Nanaya, big ups